Smith, great career, included a holdout, first game back, 8 carries, 45 yards, 1 catch for 3. Obviously, every situation is different, but some food for thought, considering the big question in Dallas this week has to do with another running back coming off a holdout and how much we should see of him. In a matchup rife with running back storylines, Cowboys-Giants, Jane Slater has more.
The storyline for Dallas all week has been Ezekiel Elliott, but the storyline shifts to both backs on Sunday when you consider how dynamic Saquon Barkley was in his rookie season. In fact, he led the league in total yards from scrimmage. It was defensive coordinator Rod Marinelli who told me just watching him last year, he saw a significant jump from their first game against him to the last. Comparing him to Barry Sanders, he says you may be able to contain him early on, but he has the ability to break a long one. If it's a first, second down game, it's going to be a tough one. As for Elliott, he got 3 days of practice in ahead of Sunday, and it was his running backs coach Gary Brown who told me that his footwork and his aiming points are great. Right now, several sources in the building tell me the pitch count is about 20 to 25 snaps. Keep in mind, last year he was averaging 60.
Pretty dramatic shift. Would it be the right call presented by Corona Premier? Maurice Jones-Drew, you held out once.
I did.
You returned the week before the game, similar to Ezekiel Elliott. You played 47 snaps.
Oh, y'all researched it.
You touched the ball 22 times, 95 yards of offense. What should the goal be for Zeke?
Well, first of all, I thought it was 28 times. They must have called. I got holding penalties or something.
Oh, right, yes.
But for Zeke, just roll the image for me, please. This is what you should do with him. Just feed him. That's all you're going to do. Just feed that young man. Because when he gets going, that team gets going. The defense plays better. Dak plays better. And just similar to me, first of all, my holdout was the first time I've ever missed games going into a season. Zeke has done it in the middle of the season with his suspension, so he understands what he has to do to get his body ready. He was in Cabo training, getting everything right. I believe that you can go in there and give him 25 to 30 touches, and he'll be fine. You just have to make sure he, on Monday and Tuesday, that he takes care of his body.
Did you felt game ready, no problems? Give you anything?
So my situation, I came in on Monday, the Monday of. I was a backup at first. The starter gets hurt, and then I came in and carried the rest of the game. I played the whole game, but at the end of the day, it was all about just not cramping up. That's the biggest thing. You don't want to cramp up because you haven't played football and kind of sweat it that way. But other than that, you're fine. It's football. You go out there. We've been playing since we've been 7, 8 years old. It's the same thing.
So forget the pitch count.
I'm not worried about it. I wouldn't put him on one.
Cowboys-Giants, an afternoon game on Sunday. Patriots-Steelers is the night game. And it will be Josh Gordon's first regular season game since he stepped away last December to deal with his substance abuse battle, a battle that he addressed today for the first time since his return. Mike Giardi with more on that from Foxborough.
Today we finally heard from a couple Patriot receivers who've been silent all summer long, one in person, the other via statement on Twitter. Let's start with the latter, Josh Gordon releasing that statement saying he wanted to thank the Patriots, the NFLPA, and the league for supporting him as he has dealt with substance abuse issues. He says going forward, he doesn't want to talk about the past. He only wants to be judged on what he does in the here and now. He is focused on getting better, he says, something he had not focused on prior. If his conditioning is good, he should play a big role in Sunday's game against the Steelers. The other guy we finally spoke to was Julian Edelman. He started the year on the non-football injury list with a broken thumb, briefly made an appearance in Game 4 before hurting that again. He was asked if he was 100%, and he said, we don't get into percentages around here. Next question, but he did smile and say he's looking forward to playing against the Steelers. He should. 35 catches against them in his last 4 games.
Time to talk fantasy. Who's in your lineup? Presented by the Capital One Venture Card. According to Michael Fabiano, it better be Jameis Winston. Unless you have an elite quarterback on your roster, a good matchup for him this week against the Niners defense that allowed the second most passing touchdowns last season. Ben Roethlisberger, on the other hand, with a tough draw against New England. Fab says you should sit him unless you have a 2-quarterback or super flex league. Watch It since refollowed the Raiders on Instagram, posted, "You can hold me down through these troubled times or be another victim to my stubborn pride." He's also said this on camera after practice.
I'm excited to be out here today. I want to apologize to my teammates, organization. Enough talk, man. I'm excited to be out here with my teammates and grateful for all the fans. And I'm excited to be a part of the Raiders and see you guys soon.
specifically Monday at 10 Eastern. Raiders-Broncos, the last game of the week. A few other notable matchups here, starting with the Chiefs and Jags in the early window Sunday. Rams and Panthers playing then too. Giants-Cowboys is one of 5 afternoon matchups. Steelers-Pats, the primetime game, and then Texans-Saints, the first game up on Monday. It is week 1, guys. Let's tackle some burning questions. Steve Weich, what you got?
All right, MJD Baldy, we got one game down in the books, but there's just so much more. So much more that we've got to get to. All right, so MJD, burning question number 1, better week 1 performance. Your boy Lev Bell against the Bills or James Conner against the Pats?
Well, I'm going to go with Le'Veon Bell.
Of course
and the
you
reason,
are.
Well, no. It's because of the Bills. And I'm going to take you back a couple years ago when Le'Veon first, we played him when he was with Pittsburgh. 38 carries, 236 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, 42 offensive touches, 298 scrimmage yards. I dare I say he does it again?
42 touches.
42, I say 50 if you can.
Wow. All right, Baldy.
Okay.
All right, you're up. We got Chiefs, Jags.
Yeah.
Okay, bigger number, Pat Mahomes TDs or Jaguar sacks?
So, I mean, Saxonville back? Are they back? Because I didn't see it last year.
Josh
I know what Duval's got.
Yes.
But I saw Mahomes this summer at Missouri West.
And it's released their backup center, Russell Bodine, who they just traded for. Remember, their starting center, David Andrews, on IR with blood clots. So, your burning question, the X factor of this game against the Steelers and Patriots.
Well, it's going to be James Washington. When you play the New England Patriots, it's that second receiver that has to find a way to get open on Stephon Gilmore. James Washington had a phenomenal preseason. He's going to have another big game in order to make it happen. Juju's done it before. AB's had to do it. Now James Washington is that next guy in the rankings to be that superstar. If he can do it, they'll win.
All right, Baldy, the NFC Super Bowl representative Rams, tough early schedule. They open at Carolina. But what do you expect Cam Newton to do against this Rams defense that's upgraded?
I think he'll be rusty. But I think this, though. I think the weapons that he has around, whether it's McCaffrey right now or DJ Moore, I mean, I think short passes, long runs. I mean, I think that's what Norv's going to give him. I don't know that you're going to get pinpoint accuracy down the field. I don't know that the shoulder can drive the ball the way he probably wants it to right now. So Cam in the run game, Cam in the short passes, and a lot of rust. But I think there's still going to be an effective offense because those young guys are good players.
All right, MJD, Texans, Saints should be a whole lot of O. Yeah. More TD passes, Deshaun Watson or Drew Brees?
Well, I was just on Fantasy Live earlier, and I said Deshaun Watson's not going to do well because in the Bayou. You down there in New Orleans in the Dome on Monday night, right? Exactly. And they jumped on me. So, Saints fans, this is the camera we're looking at. Drew Brees will throw more touchdowns. And yeah, that's right.
You got to live with this, MJ.
I'm going to put it out there for you. I'm for you guys right now until you play the Rams.
All right, Baldy, we're in a hurry. He's Mr. Fantasy, but I got a fantasy question for you. Better fantasy performance, Saquon Barkley or Zeke Elliott?
Saquon's been there, up at the practice every single day. I think that Zeke, I don't know what he's done in Cabo. I'm sure he's in shape, but I know Saquon is getting the ball. In the passing game, in the run game. He was good against the Cowboys in Week 17 last year. I'm taking Saquon in this one. He's the whole offense.
All right, there we go. We got answers to the burning questions. Now we're going to send it over to Lindsay.
Steve, Zeke said that he didn't sleep well on Tuesday, just an hour and a half waiting to get that deal done. You know who probably didn't have that problem? His quarterback, Dak Prescott, who is focused this offseason on sleep, as well as a few other science-based recovery techniques to take his game to the next level this season. Here's today's Gaining Greatness, presented by Sleep Number.